Hi, I'm Anthony McGill, and this is how I came from beginner band on the south side of Chicago to being the first African-American principal of the New York Philharmonic. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and my parents really believed in the value of music education. And so my brother started playing the flute, and I wanted to be just like him. So I chose the clarinet. The saxophone was a little bit too big, so it was the instrument I stuck with. My earliest audition was for a concerto competition with my youth orchestra, and I had to memorize this piece, and I had a memory slip, and I totally forgot all of the music, and I walked off stage, and the conductor came back after and he said, "You know, Anthony, you didn't win, but you gave it your all. You played with passion and with expression, and that's what music is all about." So from that moment on, I learned that you needed to do your best at every moment. You needed to show up, and if you tried your hardest but also played with passion, I understood that that's the way that I was going to lead my life. I went to this arts boarding school, and my teacher there told me right away, you need to remember that every day there's somebody that's born that is better than you at the clarinet. Don't be satisfied and think that you're already here at a really high level, because there's so much room to grow. And so what that taught me was that, first of all, it taught me to be humble. It taught me to actually always know that I had room to improve. And what you're doing is combining your skill with a little bit of luck and hard work to accomplish your goals. And I think he was really correct in telling me that. One of my big goals was to join the New York Philharmonic as Principal Clarinet. And so when this job came open, I wrote an extensive sheet of how I was gonna do this. And I didn't get it, but I had it clearly mapped out. So now, about 11 years later, and I've been with the orchestra for 5 years, I look at that sheet of paper, and it took like 6 years from the time it was announced for me to get the job. I think that was super valuable to have it written down somewhere. And it's like, I can't even remember having done that, but I didn't give up on the goal, and the goal didn't give up on me. A few years before the inauguration of President Obama, I got the chance to play with Yo-Yo Ma and some other people in Japan on the tour. Now, a few years later, I get a call from Yo-Yo's manager that he wants to invite me to play alongside him, Gabriela Montero, Itzhak Perlman, and play a piece written by John Williams. So obviously this was probably the craziest call I've ever gotten in my life. And the biggest lesson I learned from that was that it doesn't matter what the concert is, who it's for, who it's with, but you have to give it your all. You have to play like it's your last note, and you have to show up for it, because you never know when that moment, that single note, that experience is gonna change your life. One thing when you're in an environment where you feel like you're one of the few, and all of my colleagues of color also understand this, is that you have to stay focused. You can't let the negativity, the detractors, keep you from actually focusing on your work and being proud of what you've done to get to where you are. So that's what I would tell someone coming up trying to do this in a field that does not look like them. Keep striving, keep focused, and never let anyone tell you you can't do it.